Greetings and salutations everyone, my name is Wiki, and today I'm revisiting an MMORPG that most people I would assume don't know about. It's something STIX and I played a while ago, as of last year to be exact, back when STIX rocked some sweet green hair. Hashtag good times. That being said, however, I thought it warranted a revisit, and so I decided to download it and try it out again. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to get immersed into a somewhat old fantasy world filled with awkward camera angles and Russians? Sphere 3 Enchanted World is a Russian MMORPG with a full non-tab target action combat system that was released as of August 18, 2015 by Nikita Online. Now, for an MMORPG released in 2015, the very same year Heavensward was released for Final Fantasy XIV or Skyforge, its graphics are a little, shall we say, lackluster, to say the least. However, not comparing the two graphical styles, I would say it's rather decent. But then again, a graphical prowess isn't everything when playing an MMORPG. If that was the case, then the MMORPG genre would be dead by now. That aside, Sphere 3 feels a lot like other MMORPGs you might be more familiar with, like Terra or The Elder Scrolls Online. It's hard not to see some similarities. Then there's the action combat system, and now, give me a moment to explain. Everything from your normal melee attacks to your skills feel very simplistic, and they are by no means flashy. Not at all. Something else to point out regarding the combat system is that whilst participating in fights, it's hard to tell what's actually going on in terms of whether or not a character or monster is actually getting hit by your attack or you're simply missing. There are no sound effects to say that you've hit a monster, you just have to see the monster's health go down and know that you've hit them. This makes it especially hard when fighting in a group fight against multiple monsters. Not knowing whether or not you're hitting all of the creatures around you is definitely something that would make it easy for you to die if you're not paying attention. Something else to point out regarding the combat system is that attacks cannot seem to be dodged as they're locked onto your character, which definitely seems strange, especially when this has an action combat system. You'd expect to be able to affect whether or not an attack hits you or not based on the distance to the target, whether or not you've moved to the left, whether you've moved to the right. Dodging should come into effect in an action game, but this is not the case in Sphere 3. It doesn't serve any purpose. When a monster uses a skill, that skill will hit you whether or not you move away or use the dodge skill. This is especially frustrating when running through a horde of monsters and you're consistently getting hit by monsters that are miles away. Moving on from the combat, I would also like to point out that there are two factions within this game, and they are at war. One side being the humans and the others being the demons. Both of these two factions have two races attached to them, the humans having dwarves and the demons having elves. Now, moving on to the questing system found within Sphere 3, it is, as you would expect, it's quite simple. But that's not all. In fact, there's little to no story or direction within the game. Once you spawn in, you simply start doing quests and try and discern a purpose for the game. So for me, I just did whatever I want, from taking quests from strange NPCs to roaming the lands, which, by the way, do not seem to be instanced off. It's strange, really. I feel like a loading screen would feel better than just having your character run on the spot, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, I did personally have fun playing this to a certain degree. I personally enjoyed roaming around the regions as they were relatively detailed, not taking into consideration the release date of the game, of course, and I loved the desert area. From the lighting to the visual effects found within the desert, it was all quite nice. I'm a sucker for desert regions. However, the leveling experience and general gameplay of Sphere 3 is incredibly boring and hard to get over. Quests reward you with next to nothing in XP, with them being scattered all over the map as you run ever so slowly around it, trying to complete all of them only to run back to the NPCs miles back. Then, if you ever get sick of doing those tedious quests due to the fact that you've completed 20 of them for only half a level up under level 10, you begin grinding against monsters, only to realize it's just as bad as the questing. Nothing within this game seems rewarding or really beneficial. Now, I would like to point out that Sphere 3 does have some features that I wasn't able to participate in due to the slow gameplay and leveling experience. Things like castle sieges and PvP. Moving on to the population, it does seem to have a rather healthy population for an obscure MMORPG. Just in the starting areas alone, I saw many people from low to high, which was nice to see in any game really. Even the castle that I came across when roaming through the desert region was occupied and ready for someone to challenge them in PvP combat. All in all, my experience with Sphere 3 Enchanted World can simply be described with a gesture. A shrug. It was okay. It is by no means a bad MMORPG. I've played a lot of them, and this isn't one of them. And you can clearly tell that people enjoy this game, as it is evident by the fact that players are still playing it today. Now, is it something that I would personally play on a day-to-day basis? No. I feel like it's a generic version of Terra or The Elder Scrolls Online, missing a lot of the features that make me enjoy those games. So, would I ever play this as opposed to them? No. That being said, I would like to know what you guys think about Sphere 3 Enchanted World. Lastly, if you guys would like me to try out any other MMORPG, be it good or bad, I'd love to know what it is in the comments section below. That being said, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. If you'd like to stay updated with everything and anything MMORPG related, do not forget to check out our website or our personal channels at STIX's Bay and Wiki the Heroic.